Breaking news, talking about the Kaveri clash. Allies seem to be at loggerheads over the Kaveri issue. Talking about TVK and Congress viewers. TVK has targeted the Karnataka DK's Congress government. TVK basically saying that Karnataka is refusing to release the share of Tamil Nadu. They also highlight how they have moved SC over the Kaveri issue. It is Nirmal Kumar of the TVK who says that they are going to pursue all the legal measures. They are vowing to safeguard, quote unquote, the rights of Tamil Nadu. But obviously at the moot of it is the fact that the Cauvery water dispute, which has triggered now a fresh political clash, and this time the fight is between two allies. I'm talking of the TVK, which has taken an aim at the Karnataka Congress government. Dharani is live with us. Dharani, take us through the statement which has been made by the TVK accusing the Karnataka government of refusing or not giving Tamil Nadu its rightful share of Cauvery. The allegation coming in from the side of TVK and how it has put both the allies, the TVK and the Congress, at loggerheads.
Well, CTR Nirmal Kumar, a very senior minister in the TVK cabinet, has told that Karnataka is continuously refusing to release Tamil Nadu its due share of Kaveri water. So the state government of Tamil Nadu has already approached the Supreme Court in this matter, and coming Monday, the Supreme Court will be hearing the petition that was filed by the Tamil Nadu government. So the Tamil Nadu government will pursue all legal means to ensure Tamil Nadu's water rights are not compromised, is what CTR Nirmal Kumar is telling. So on one hand, in fact, just a couple of days back, we saw the leaders in Karnataka completely refuting all these allegations. In fact, the counter affidavit that was filed by the Karnataka government in Supreme Court also states that the allegations leveled by the TVK government are false and baseless. That Karnataka has released Tamil Nadu sufficient amount of water, and the allegation that Karnataka is not releasing Tamil Nadu any water is completely baseless, is what they are telling. On the other hand, the TVK government here says that Tamil Nadu should be getting around 40 TMC of water from Kaveri for the months of June, July and also August. But so far this water in its entirety has not reached Tamil Nadu. Only a small quantity of water has reached Tamil Nadu. So there is still a lot of pending water that needs to be released, and that is what Karnataka is not releasing, is what the TVK government here is telling. And of course on Monday the Supreme Court will be hearing the arguments from both the sides, from both Karnataka side and the Tamil Nadu government side, and it remains to be seen what the Supreme Court has to say on this. But TVK, before the Supreme Court hearing, tries to reiterate to the people of Tamil Nadu that they will pursue all legal means to make sure Tamil Nadu's water rights are not compromised. They will put forward the best arguments in front of the judges in the Supreme Court to make sure Tamil Nadu's rights are not compromised in this case.
Words between TVK Congress escalating. We'll have to wait and watch how it develops. Dharani, thank you for joining us with all these details.
Breaking update that is now coming in from the Supreme Court, and this is a big development and relief coming in for the TVK government in Tamil Nadu, which it has now stayed the Madras High Court's judgment, which had stayed the compassionate appointments given by the Tamil Nadu government to the victims of the Karur Stampede tragedy. The Supreme Court, meanwhile, has issued a notice to the complainant, and the Supreme Court says that the stampede was unfortunate and prima facie there is nothing wrong in the government deciding to provide some relief, especially to the victims, the families who have been affected because of the stampede. So earlier, when we speak of the Madurai bench of the High Court there, which had quashed the government's order of granting job to the victims' families on compassionate grounds, which happened on the 27th of July. Let's connect with Harish on this. So Harish, that means it's a big relief coming in the way for the TVK government in Tamil Nadu.
Yes, that's right, Amita. Big relief coming in for the Vijay government of Tamil Nadu. In fact, remember, they had moved the Supreme Court challenging the judgment of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, which had quashed the government scheme of granting jobs to the kin of 41 people who had died in the tragic Karur Stampede, and also to those who were grievously injured. But in fact, the High Court had said that it was in violation of right to equality and right to government employed, the provisions as far as grant of government employees opportunity is concerned. But today, the Supreme Court said the Stampede was a very unfortunate incident. There is nothing wrong in government trying to provide some kind of relief in the form of some compassionate appointment to the victims, those who have died, and relatives of those who died and also got grievously injured. There is nothing wrong. Prima facie, there is nothing wrong in government providing succor to these victims. Remember, the petitioner's advocate had vehemently argued that the High Court judgment was right in so far as public employment is concerned, because there are clear rules, guidelines laid down as far as compassionate government employment is concerned, and the Karur Stampede episode did not meet that requirement. But the Supreme Court said, prima facie, they agree with they stand with the government as far as providing relief and temporary succor to the victims are concerned. But however, it has issued notice to the petitioner, to the complainant, on whose petition the Madras High Court had quashed this particular scheme, and has sought his response within 4 weeks. So the big takeaway is that the Vijay government of Tamil Nadu can reopen that scheme. It can provide employment to the kin of those who, the 41 persons who had died in this.
It's certainly a Supreme Court boost for the Vijay government. Supreme Court staying the Madras High Court order, the judgment which had stayed the quote-unquote compassionate appointments given by the Tamil Nadu government. Help us understand, Harish, what it means. One, obviously the legal ramification, but also what it means for the Vijay government, because certainly it's a big relief for Vijay.
Yes, Meenakshi, in a way, the biggest takeaway of today's hearing is that the number one, Supreme Court has lifted the stay imposed by the Madras High Court as far as the Vijay government providing jobs to the victims of Karur Stampede is concerned. Number two, the Vijay government can, which had stopped the compassionate job giving process after the Madras High Court, can resume the process right now, and at least till the Supreme Court disposes of this appeal filed by the Vijay government, it can continue to give the job. Anyways, the Supreme Court said the jobs, the compassionate job appointments will depend on the final outcome of the adjudication of this dispute by the Supreme Court. But till then, the Vijay government can reopen the process of granting jobs to the victims of Karur tragedy, and everything will depend on the outcome of the decision or the decision of the Supreme Court as far as this appeal filed by the Vijay government is concerned.
All right, Harish, thank you for joining us with all these details.